There is a certain slumber that has settled over the human mind, not the peaceful rest of one who has lived fully, but a dull, indifferent kind of existence, blind to depth and meaning. This sleep is not of the body, but of intelligence itself. It is the condition into which most people remain, unknowingly. We wait for life to happen to us instead of making life happen. The origin of mediocrity is a life lived within limits, never questioned, within patterns never examined, within boundaries accepted as natural, a life with no challenge and striving. From a young age, intelligence is molded to fit in. Inquiry is replaced with obedience. Children, once curious and vibrant, are trained to conform, seek approval, and imitate. Slowly, the sharpness of their natural awareness is blunted, and they become part of a system that rewards predictability and punishes unpredictability. Every structure of authority, every social and cultural framework prefers mediocrity. The dull are manageable. Those who do not question are easier to lead or mislead. Mediocrity is a form of inner poverty, where our natural creativity, power of perception, and self-awareness are replaced with borrowed beliefs and lifestyles. Passivity is its twin, a state where action is not born from inner clarity, but from unconscious habits, emotional reactions, and fear. A passive person does not live. He adjusts and compromises. He floats, carried not by his own insight, but by the current societal trends and expectations. In today's modern world, this condition is deepening with the rapid influence of technological advancements. We are now fed with the help of technology, both food and information. Modern technologies have conditioned our brains to crave effortless stimulation, rewarding us with dopamine-driven feedback loops, especially through social media and streaming platforms. These systems have trained us to seek comfort and instant gratification rather than challenge and growth. As our critical thinking and the ability to delay gratification weaken, we become increasingly passive, allowing algorithms to shape our choices, beliefs, and behaviors. This is dulling our self-awareness, creativity, and resilience, breeding a culture of mediocrity, hidden beneath the noise of digital busyness. We now consume more information than ever before, yet find ourselves less capable of perceiving wisdom and becoming sensitive to life around us. We have become more compulsive, and overindulgence in one's own compulsions breeds further passivity and mediocrity, making us more unconscious and dull. In this modern condition, self-awareness is both lacking and feared. To look within with honesty may be uncomfortable to many. It requires seeing that much of what we do is automatic, conditioned, and compulsive. It means recognizing that our attachments to status, money, success, gadgets, and even relationships are often ways to escape an inner emptiness. This truth may not be easy, but it is necessary and more important than ever today. Without self-awareness, we live like machines, repeating, reacting, and surviving. We act like an artificial intelligence rather than a natural intelligence. We live like automata. Even modern artificial intelligence will surpass us if we continue this way. Maybe this is one of the reasons why we fear them. It has gotten more difficult to live life in the here and now because we are always caught up in the repetitiveness of life, never simply being here and now and savoring the fullness of life. If this continues, if self-awareness remains absent in us, the future holds not just stagnation, but inner decay and a duller society. A society stripped of creativity, celebration, and humor. Without the fire of awareness, intelligence becomes mechanical. Without constant self-reflection, the mind atrophies. Without courage, the heart closes. We may advance technologically, but inwardly we become poorer. Passivity, if not transformed, becomes resignation. A life lived in fear of discomfort becomes a life that never truly lives. And when millions live this way, society becomes cold, rigid, and anxious, a mirror of the inner deadness we have normalized. But there is a way out. The first step is simple, though not easy: self-awareness. Not effortful striving, not spiritual ambition, but choiceless, open observation. Begin by watching the mind, just like how you watch a film. When a thought arises, a fear, a desire, a judgment, don't act on it. Don't resist it either. Just watch. Let it pass like a cloud. Notice how the body reacts, how the breath shifts, and how old emotions surface. This simple watching, without labeling, without rushing to fix, is the birth of clarity. It shows us the structure of our conditioning, how we react to fear, how we cling to comfort, and how we avoid the unknown. This watching must become active and part of life, not as a technique, but as a way of being. In daily life, question your automatic responses and emotional reactions. When you feel anxious, ask, what am I really afraid of? When you feel desire, ask, am I running towards something or away from something else? And why? Trace each of your impulses back to its root. Often you will find attachment to identity, to security, to the need to be someone. These attachments are not wrong, they are simply outdated tools we keep using because they are familiar and easy. But with presence, with the light of awareness, by being in here and now, they lose their hold. Through active self-awareness, we pierce through the unconscious patterns, we burn the mental fog, and in turn, start burning the foundations of mediocrity and mental dullness. Another key is stillness, not the stillness of effort, but the natural stillness that comes when the mind is no longer chasing. Sit quietly, even for 10 minutes a day, without purpose. Let the thoughts pass like wind through leaves. Don't grasp them. In this silence, your perception shifts. The noise of the conditioned mind fades, and in its absence, raw intelligence awakens. Not borrowed intelligence, not what someone told you, not the bookish intelligence, but your own natural, innate intelligence. This is awareness in its purest form. It is not about becoming better, it is about realizing your true potential. From this stillness, from this watching, transformation happens. Not through force, not through goal setting, but through insight. You may notice that the fear of failure no longer dominates you. That curiosity returns. The inner child, once buried, begins to smile again. Creativity flows. You now consciously respond based on situations rather than react impulsively. You no longer blame the world for your own interiority. You begin to take responsibility in your life, not as a burden, but as liberation. You become the source of your own clarity. You start to taste true freedom. And if you ever stumble, which is okay and natural since we have been deeply conditioned for mediocrity, take a pause and observe the life process within you. Observe the sensations of your breath, and this will naturally bring you in here and now. This is the sacred ground. Presence is the only real teacher. It whispers, gently but powerfully, to stay awake, watch, be still. And in this intensity, the old dissolves. You were not born mediocre, nor were you born to be mediocre. You were not made to simply fit in, but to bring transformation within yourself and to the world. Within you burns a flame that belongs to you from birth to death, not loud, not violent, but steady and alive. It is the flame of awareness. Fuel it with your attention, protect it with your honesty, feed it with silence. Let it light up the dark corners of your being. You may not bloom tomorrow, you may not feel extraordinary, but each moment of presence is a seed, and in time the tree of your being will rise, not borrowed, not imitated, but utterly, luminously your own. It will radiate and touch everyone wherever you go, and when that tree flowers, in clarity, in freedom, in presence, in light, you will know mediocrity was only a sleep, and you were never meant to sleep forever. Your presence now will inspire others to come out of their own mediocrity.